Hey, what's up and good morning. At least at the time I'm making this video, which is 8 or 9 or or earlier your morning. It is the Nerdy Entrepreneur, Lauren Hazel here. We are back. I think I said before we want to do some live streams here, for the channel. And I want to do a morning one and maybe we'll do like an evening one as well. But this is all, test. You guys will let me know which ones you prefer in the comments in the chat. Just let me know and we'll see what we make happen. But as the title says, the top 3 ways to make more money this fall. I like talking about money. I like talking about making money. But best of all, I actually like doing it. And I think you should too. And this is my favorite time of year business wise because one, everybody is looking and knowing that they're going to spend a lot more money. I spend more money on food. Everybody spends more money on food, especially if you celebrate Thanksgiving of some type, if you celebrate Christmas, if there's, a bunch of birthdays this time of year, weddings, you know that this is the time of year that people tend to spend a lot more money because we have back-to-back holidays, right? And so that should be good if you are someone looking to make more money because if people ain't spending, you got a problem. And so now that just about everyone this side of the US is has their kids back in school, they're probably off of vacation and are just about to come off of vacation and go back to work in the grind just to spend a whole bunch more money on the upcoming holidays that are coming. And the thing is, we're in the last part of the 3rd quarter, and soon we'll be entering the 4th quarter. Now, this is very important. The 4th quarter, for those of you who are already freelancers, you might have an agency, you might do something on the side, you might even have, well, let's just stick to these folks right now. If you're a freelancer, if you offer things like some email copy or copy and general services or traffic services, this is our time. Okay, this is our time. Why? Because all these e-commerce stores need the traffic to make the money that they want to make. All these e-commerce stores or anybody with an e-commerce front, they need more sales because they're going to be spending money all across the board. So they're going to need people to create the strategic plan of engagement, help them plan out the offers, and to help them execute those things. So as much as this, yes, AI is here and it could be really helpful or really dangerous depending on your opinion. But let's talk about the facts here. The facts here, this is a great time of year where we all can turn around and pick up extra money because there are companies out there that are going to be throwing it away. Why? Because they have taxes that they're going to have to pay if they don't spend that money. So this is the time of year that most companies actually try to get into the black, and that includes our wonderful e-commerce folks who may not be the multi-billion dollar companies. So if you have the skill set of knowing how to write emails or landing pages, or you know how to run traffic from whether it's Facebook, Google, native ads, whatever it is you do, this is your time where you should probably be making the most money of the year, unless you're in a weird niche where it's the opposite in the spring, summer is your time of year, and this is kind of the slowdown. You should be able to pick up more clients during this time of year. Even in December, you'd be surprised what you can do, right? But you have to believe that you can do it. You have to figure out some goals to do it in order to do it, and we'll get to that. Now, for those of you who do not have the skill of copywriting, you do not build landing pages, you do not run traffic, you don't build funnels. For those of you who do not have those skill sets yet and do not wish to acquire them, let's say you sell things. You have an Etsy store, you have a Shopify store, you don't even have to have a Shopify store. I'm talking a lot about online stuff. You could be the person who goes to conventions, right? You go to conventions or you go to pop-ups. There are going to be a lot of holiday pop-ups. They're, quite famous. I used to live in New York City. During certain parts of New York City during the fall time, they cut off some of the streets and they put displays for the holiday. They wind up having a lot more weekend pop-ups during the fall period to help the businesses sell. A lot of those places, whether in New York or in whatever town or city you live in, they have those pop-ups coming. If you sell something physical, let's say you sell something like this. This is what is this? This is goat's milk whipped lotion here. Let's say you sell your homemade lotion or body butter. Now is the time to go and look and see who's having a pop up in your city so that you can go and you can sell whatever you're selling, right? Now's the time. Because if you want to, maybe some bills you're trying to get rid of, maybe you have Christmas, you have gifts and things to buy, there is a vacation you want to take. Now's the perfect time to start planning, making the money to pay for those things. Because remember, this is the time people want to spend money. This is the time people want to spend money. And we are going to help them do that. So if you're an e-commerce store, or even if you're a physical store, now it's always a great time for you because people are more like we know we're spending money. Like we know we're gonna have to buy at least one Christmas gift or two if you celebrate, or maybe it's Hanukkah for you, whatever it is, Kwanzaa, whatever it is for you, we know we're gonna spend money. Those folks who sell food, especially my folks who you have your own farm and you slaughter cattle, you slaughter chickens and you sell them from your farm direct. Beautiful time. Why? Because biggest, at least if you're in the United States, the biggest food day of the year is coming. And people gonna be looking what for what? Chicken, lamb, turkey, more steak, beef. Now is your time. You should be out there saying, how am I gonna talk to these people this year? I'm gonna get them interested in remembering me, right? Remembering you. That's gonna be really, really important. And this is the wonderful time of year because there should be no excuse. Like if you listen to this live stream, if you listen to this, there should be no excuse why, if you wanted to put some extra bucks in your pocket, that you can't do it because everybody wants to spend their money right now. Before, it was like everyone's putting money to kids, get kids to school, and now everybody wants to spend money, get their house together, get their food together, get their presents together, get their "I just want this for myself" together, because it's that wonderful time of the year where it doesn't matter the screw ups we made in the last few months. All it matters is what we do now, what we do today, okay? That's all that matters. And so now the 3 things that you can do, okay? We've talked around a little bit. 3 things that you can do. And the first thing that you can do is doesn't matter now if you have now Imma talk to a lot of my skill set people, so they already are copywriters and stuff like that. They have that skill set or they can run traffic. They have something that's already been proven in the market buys, and they've already had customer folks. And then I'm also gonna talk to people who have their e-commerce store folks and or they're not an e-commerce store, they sell physical good like that lotion out there. And so I'm a mix between the 2. So no matter where you fall, you find yourself something to do. Or also my folks who are just getting into, I want to make money somehow, whether it's online or whether it's, maybe you start a physical something. So I'm gonna try to talk across the board. So something I say should hit with you, okay? Here are the top 3 ways to make more money this fall. Number 1, perform some type of service. Even if you don't have the experience of being anything freelance, and some of you don't, like you've never babysat, you never cooked for somebody and got paid, you didn't do none of this stuff for whatever reason, you know. First thing is perform a service. What is something that somebody else does not wanna do that they are willing to do, right? What is that thing? It could be cleaning someone's house. If you don't mind going into someone's, dirty apartment and making it clean, or if you or reorganize somebody's stuff, this could be for you. Why people want their houses clean this time of year, they got Christmas and stuff, they don't want people to see them, they look like a pig and all that other stuff, and so they're willing to pay people to come in their house and clean it. You could freelance, say, "Hey, you know what? Imma clean a bunch of houses and make me some extra cash." And you get paid pretty well doing that. So if you wanna do it yourself or maybe do a more remote model like I have done with my cleaning business, you could do that. You don't need any prior experience, you just gotta be willing to put in the work. So one, perform a service, something like maybe, cleaning, or there's folks that I know in places where they don't get snow, they buy a power washer and they go and power wash. You could do that too. Just an example of physical services. Some people, they meal plan for folks. So they turn around and take a bunch of ingredients based on their diet, and they turn around and create an entire meal plan for them for a week or for a month, and people pay for that. In fact, people pay online for that. That's something that you could do if you have that skill set. It's for my people who haven't done anything in skill, because I said I would give you some, things. This is just an example. If you do have skills like bookkeeping, now is the time of year because a lot of people will be preparing to continue to pay the IRS. You go out there and say, "Hey, this is a missing bookkeeper. Need someone to keep your books." You're available. This is for my folks who probably already have the skill set of bookkeeping. So those are some basic stuff. Perform a service. It is the easiest way to make cash. Okay. I have services that I will be turning around and showing and advertising. One of those services is I am a trained copywriter, right? I've had copywriting clients. I usually don't take too many because I have other things that I do. But you know what? I'm gonna pick up some stuff because some people in the copyright land have asked me to help them out. So I can use my service. It's the quickest thing to do. I know how to do it well. I already have the experience and I can keep get it going. Some type of service. This is from my experience, folks. What is it? Maybe you run traffic, and you can get people leads or get people seen, whatever that, might be for you. Maybe as a service, now this is for my audio visual folks. If you know how to set up stuff like this, maybe there's a church. There are churches who pay for people just to set this up for them. And like, hey, I want this posted on my YouTube channel and make it look fancy. And they don't wanna do it, they're older, and then they're like, "Hey, listen, yeah, this ain't me. This really ain't me." You could take that place and do it. I know a streamer on here, on YouTube, and his whole thing is helping people with audio visual. He actually works with a lot of churches to do that. You could do that as a service. So number 1, go out there and perform a service. Something you could do to save people time, from doing something they're willing to pay you for, a service. Easiest way to make more money this fall. Number 2, and this is gonna be fun, sell something physical. Just like let me pull this up again. Like this jar contains, goat milk lotion. Sell something physical. This was made I bought this from an Etsy store that has a farm, and they have goats, and they make soap, and they make, uh uh, soap, and they make, what do you call it? They make lotion primarily, and I buy it from, like, once a year. I go and, get some of this because I like their products. Sell something physical. Maybe you don't have goats. Maybe you have chickens and you can legally butcher and do all that stuff. Make sure you check your laws. Don't have me come to me and say, "Lauren said to do this." Make sure you check your stuff, and maybe you should sell that. Sell the chickens that you're gonna slaughter. Sell the turkeys you're gonna slaughter. Um, where I was from, in New York State has a lot of farms, not just New York City, but New York State has a lot of farms. There are some people that during this time of year, they are going to start slaughtering their turkeys because this is the time of year where people want to actually buy turkey. And some people who like fresh turkey were willing to drive 4 or 5 hours outside of New York City to go pick up a fresh turkey. And I found that out later in life. I was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know they were driving that far." We always got our turkey from the supermarket, but there are people who did that. So this is the time of year that, if you have a farm or you have some type of homestead and you have extra fruit, vegetables, some meat, and you can sell them, great time to sell them, right? During the time where people, they wanna have a good presentation. It's not just food for them, it's food for people that they care about in some shape or form. So you can sell something. It could be food, it could be, a beauty product, it could be something that's not a beauty product, it could be anything else physical, a TV remote. It could be stuff that you already own and that's not in too terrible shape, and you can put it out on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere else to sell it. Reselling. I do some, reselling every so often of shoes that I'm not gonna wear. you know, and, might as well get some cash. I'm not gonna wear these shoes. I either never wore them. I bought them, and for some reason, you know what? They've been sitting around here for a year collecting dust. I haven't worn them once. Let's see if somebody else will buy them off me. You could do that. Raid your closet. Sell something physical. It could be your own book for those of you who've written something. This is the time of year to do it. People are much looser. and you can sell something physical, whether it's something you created or something that you're reselling that maybe you even bought for somebody else. There are people who are really good at finding stuff that's cheaper in one place and then being able to resell it somewhere else for a little bit of profit. Whatever you need to do, make sure that you go ahead and you do it. Okay. So those are the two things. We can sell our service, easy. You can sell something physical as well. Now, what is the third thing you can do? Okay, what is the third thing? Well, Lauren, I don't have nothing physical to sell. Well, Lauren, I don't know what kind of service I want to do. What is the thing that we can do? Now, this one, a lot of people talk about this online and there's a lot of buzz and I've been in it for a long time and I've done it myself, and that is sell something digital, something that doesn't have a physical anything. Now, I made a slight mention of it earlier, but it was like performing a service. But so remember the first example, or one of the first examples in this that I talked about, which was someone could perform a service of creating meal plans for someone, customized meal plans. There's a whole lot of people who will buy a prefabricated, pre-done, templated meal plan. And if you have that knowledge, you can create not just customized meal plans like someone you're working with one on one, but you can create a template version of a meal plan based on a particular type of diet or meal, right? So if someone has high blood pressure and you're like, okay, well, this is the high blood pressure meal plan for the next 30 days. This is the thing that will help you keep your blood pressure in check or help you lower it. And then you're really good at, okay, these are the types of fruits and vegetables and dinners and stuff they can do. And you have it organized for a 30-day meal plan. Now, someone, in fact, there's a lot of someones out there who are interested, and you know what? They don't want to work with somebody or they can't afford to work with somebody, but you know what? They don't mind buying, a $10, $20 meal plan that's gonna tell them what they need to eat and buy for the next 30 days to help keep their blood sugar in check or their, blood lower their blood pressure, right? Because the doctor been getting on them, family members been getting on them, they on these medications, but if they just changed some of their diet, they would actually be in a better shape. If you have a website or, you do this live stream and you can create those templates for people, people do buy them, okay? It's very easy buy in the fitness and health space. It's something that you can easily do. Okay. You can create those meal templates for people who, you know what, we don't want to spend, the hour research to figure this out. I just want to, like for me, I just like to be told, okay, what are we doing? Give me a couple of options. Great. What do I need to get? Cool. Get it done. I research, but if someone just gave me, hey, Lauren, if you're trying, if you don't want to think about what you want to eat for the next 2 weeks, here's your thing. I'm like, "Ooh, thank you," because now when I go to the store, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm cooking. I know what I'm eating. I don't have to think about it because I'm very busy. I have other things to think about, right? It's not a last minute, "Oh, crap, I wanna eat." So, you can create those templates, and you can put them on Etsy. I've seen a lot of people sell them on Etsy. You can have them Shopify. You can have them however you wanna sell them. You can have them out there. So, creating that digital product, maybe it takes you a couple of hours to make them. I don't know. Put them together, make them look nice, make them downloadable or printable, and then pick some type of way to get them out to people. I just say Etsy because that just came up and I saw an Etsy video earlier, but it doesn't have to be Etsy. There is Gumroad. Gumroad's a great tool to use. Get you a Gumroad account, do the same thing. You have the link up, put the page up, and they can get what they need to get. Gumroad's actually a really good tool. So think about Gumroad. And all you gotta do is get people to see it. That's one example of something digital that you can create to sell. Some people create coloring books, right? There's a bunch of folks out there, especially on Gumroad, since we mentioned it, who they create coloring books. They are artists, some are not artists, but they know how to get artists to make them stuff that's easy to color, whether it's an adult coloring book or a kid's coloring book. and then they'll put it on the Gumroad and their printable sheets, and they make some money out of that, right? Some people bind them up and put them on Amazon to sell, you know, if they want to, but for a digital product, you can do that. Get someone to create a coloring book stuff for you, sell it on Gumroad for however much money you want, maybe $5, $6, I don't know, depending on what you're looking at. Something physical that you can sell over and over again, and your fulfillment is nothing but a link being sent to the correct email. That's it. You can also create a course. I have created courses. I'm going to re-release a course and create a new one that people can follow and buy again because I was in the course creator side of things. You create the course once, make it decent, make it valuable, put it in front of people who said, "Hey, I really need help with this problem. I'm willing to put money to it." Instead of you doing the one-on-one, you can do the one to many with a course. And there's plenty of platforms to put courses on, from ones like Kajabi to High Level to whatever. Plenty of course platforms. You don't have to worry about the technical aspect of it. The most important part is that you are creating a course based on somebody's need and enough people's need for that solution to learn something. I could build courses on copywriting. I've been doing it long enough. I'm good at what I do. I could create courses on writing traffic because I've been doing it long enough and I know what I'm doing. And it's been proven. I can create courses on organizing a bunch of content really quickly. Been doing it for years, know what I'm doing, proven. It works. Right? You could build a course on, for those parents, just their new baby, what to do in the first 30 days of having a new baby. You can create a little course on that. It doesn't have to be big and massive, doesn't have to be 8 weeks long. It could be nothing but like a 2-hour course, or the course can be made out of nothing but emails delivered to somebody, or some PDFs or just audio. There's plenty of platforms to distribute your course. Okay, that's not the technology is a lot better now than it was years ago when I first started doing it. You can create a course and sell one to many. You just got to make sure that if you're going to create a course, that you're creating a course based on the need in the market. There's enough people who need it and have the ability to pay for it. Or if you're more savvy, you could become an affiliate for somebody else who's already created a course. Just like you can become affiliate from Amazon products and other companies' products. Maybe you want to sell something online, but you don't want to have to deal with delivery or course creation. Become an affiliate. There's plenty of places. There's Partner Stack, which if you register, it lists all the companies that have affiliate links for different tools. You can go in there, see if there's a tool that speaks to you. Say, hey, do I have an audience of people who like this stuff? And you can start talking about that product and putting your affiliate link in there. So every time they click on it and they buy, you get some money. I'm affiliate for certain things every so often. That usually is tool that I have used in the past and I still endorse, or tool that I currently use, right? Because I've used that tool, I could talk about it a little bit to get people engaged and to get people at least give it a try. You can do it too. You can create something digital, sell something as an affiliate. You can sell something as a physical thing that you don't deliver, aka Amazon affiliates, still exists. Still money can be made. So right there, the three ways that you can go out there and you can make money this fall, whether it's performing a service, which is my favorite because it's a lot quicker to get started a lot of times, or if it's selling something physical, whether you need to go to a fair to sell it because you're selling goat's milk, or you're selling on an Etsy store. Like I bought this from an Etsy store as well. Soap, it doesn't matter reselling things, or we're selling something digital, whether you're an affiliate for something so that you don't have to deal with delivery or making it, or whether you're creating a course or you've created a template like the meal plan template to sell people. Those are the 3 ways that any one of you can pick one of the categories, jump in it, and get started and make money this fall. Because remember, this is the time of year where people are gathering their money to spend a lot of it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. It was fun doing these things. Um, and we kept it under a half an hour, so that's good. We didn't do anything crazy this time around. But if you have questions or maybe we should change the time we do this, just let me know in a comment somewhere. I'm thinking mornings might be a really good time for us to talk about these topics to help you out and get you started on your journey to getting some extra cash, whether you're starting out as a freelancer or you are someone who already is into this stuff, but you're coming into that slump. The kids just went back to school. You're like, what am I gonna do with my life? Hopefully, this inspires you to take some action so that you can take advantage of everything else that is coming um, this fall towards the end of the year. Now we'll be talking about some other topics. I'm gonna be showing you some things that I am working on and hopefully challenge you to turn around for those of my freelance folks to turn around and grab another client or 2 or 5 during these next few months so that you can start off next year on a really solid note. Watch out for that is coming. So, don't forget, the one thing I ask you guys to do here is to subscribe. You see the banner been going on the entire time? Subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me. It'll help me be found by others. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you press the bell so that you're alerted next time I go live. Until next time, my friends, until the next live stream, have a good day, peace, and make sure to take action.